going on, Jerome's? It is indeed a beautiful Thursday. It's time for another Vikings news dump. He sees you when you're pooping. Just feeling good. Air's starting to get a little crisp. It's becoming soup and chili season. And also, football's back. And also, so I'm a quasi-Gopher fan, but it's really more just to talk-ish about like the Hawkeyes and the Badgers and Ohio State. It's basically what it is. But I don't even like going to Gophers games that much. I mean, the stadium is fine, especially late in the season if you get on the sunny side. But I'm much more about just like tailgating, and I'm really a big fan of the State Fair lot, just hanging out. Got the TV in the back of the truck, and got the Blackstone out. It's good times, man. I just realized I'm basically just like a 40-year-old white guy. Who doesn't like tailgating, though? Anyways, but we got some stuff and some things. So first off, the story du jour yesterday was Russell Wilson to the Vikings. So Mike Tannenbaum, former GM of the glad he's not former GM of the Vikings, but former GM of the Jets as well as the Dolphins, said this on Get Up. I mean, they wonder why the ratings are suffering. This is from Vikes fan page. Quote, this is what Tannenbaum said about the situation. A win-win here is to trade Russell Wilson to Minnesota. I think he's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. They certainly can battle it out. All right, so basically the crux of Tannenbaum's argument was Russell Wilson is ass in Pittsburgh, but he would be better than Sam Darnold. And maybe it's an axe to grind because of the whole Jets thing, even though he didn't draft Sam Darnold. His successors did. And also... And then he just like given the full happy ending to Ryan Tannehill. He's like, oh, Ryan Tannehill and Arthur Smith could get together with the Steelers. Blah blah blah. It's ridiculous, man. Now it's so stupid that it doesn't even merit mentioning, but everyone's talking about it, right? And no, I'm rolling with Sam Darnold. Russell Wilson would not fit in Kevin O'Connell's scheme. Russ has never been about timing. Right? He's never been about timing, 5-step drops. He really is about more making plays off schedule. Like he really is Fran Tarkenton adjacent. He is really, hey, I'm going to run around, and all of a sudden, like Doug Baldwin is going to be down there, and F it, he's down there. Lockett's going to be down there. That's it. No, it's like, also, he's weirdly divisive. Every single locker room he's been in, and also, he's the first non-a-hole to divide a locker room. Isn't that weird? Anyways, but Tannenbaum, yeah, and also he's wearing the purple jacket, like he's wearing the purple. Actually, I hope that's not a sports coat. I actually hope that's a full-on suit. Like he's not wearing like tan or gray slacks or anything like that. No, I want that to be a suit where he looks like the Joker, because he's got to be kidding with that take. Eggplant suit. Actually, I kind of like that. It's like he's just some sunglasses and a fedora away from being the Purple Pimps. Good times, man. Also good times is preseason live stream. Numero Trace going down on Saturday at noon against the Eagles. And so live stream, Q&A, talking some junk. Who knows if it'll last a full game. Likely going to be a lot of backups. We'll see. But going to be fantastic. Also, we're fundraising this month. Every Meal Twin Cities. Great charity that we worked with before. You guys crushed our draft fundraising goal. And also this month, Venmos, Cash App, Super Chats, all donated to Every Meal Twin Cities. Also, you can donate directly to them in the link below and shoot us an email. You can count in the total, just like Brad Mahoney, $300. That's right. So we're about 1,400 right now. I say screw it. Let's go for 2K. JJ2K for Every Meal Twin Cities. Let's do that up, man. I think we'll be able to do that. How much time is left in August? 10 days, 11 days, something like that? Yeah, you guys are the best. That's right, baby. All right, so some roster moves. This will raise an eyebrow. So the Vikings waived with injury designation, tackle Jeremy Flax, the UDFA out of Kentucky, JEROME, as well as special teams ace Najee Thompson. That brought back Matt Sindrick, who was originally UDFA out of Cal, who was with the Vikings a little bit earlier in the season. Now, Najee, it's weird because special teams superstar last year, a 5-phase guy, not just a punt gunner, but that's what he was known for. But, I mean, yeah, he's been dealing with injury throughout training camp, but reportedly he's close to being back practicing this week. So putting him on injured reserve which was where he would go if he goes unclaimed, but he might not go unclaimed. We'll see. I mean, another team may see fit to add him to their 90-man and then try and toss him into one of their preseason games just to see what the kid's got and make a decision to put him on their 53, or waivers try to get them on the practice squad. But it also, a lot of people have mentioned this. Like, it could mean that Lewis Cine has cinched up his spot on the 53. Now, I feel like the beat writers are kind of divided on this. Some think that he's on the bubble. Some think that it's too little, too late. But I mean, Lewis Cine said it correctly. Interview. I think he was talking with ABC of this is the first time I've been healthy, and that's true. And people have. I've really tried to be fair with Lewis Cine because that injury, like, it's not a small deal. Just the whole physical coming back from a compound fracture. Like, you're in a foreign country and you're just laid out on the turf and you got a bone protruding from your leg. That's got to do something to you, not only physically, but psychologically. It does. But I've been rooting for Cine, even though, this year it didn't really seem like he was getting things together. But I feel like some fans have agendas with Cine and just running with any sort of rumor and innuendo. Oh, he's not learning the playbook, or he's stuck behind a couple of great safeties and he doesn't feel 100% physically. Could be it as well. But who knows? Like, I think with Najee gone, that definitely since Najee doesn't really play a position, he's just a special, not just, but it is a contributor on special teams. But that does free up a 53 spot. So could the Vikings keep 6 safeties? I don't know. It's going to be close either way. But if Cine puts up a great performance against the Eagles, which it would be ironic if he puts up a great performance against the Eagles because of the trade destinations, that one seems likely because Howard loves him some Georgia defenders. So who knows, man. Also, another transaction late yesterday. Vikings acquired tight end Neal Johnson off of waivers. The Rooster move is pending a physical. Now, Neal Johnson, who... I don't know, like, that sounds like a witness protection name, isn't it? Like Neal Johnson, John Smith. But he played for the Raging Cajuns back in the day. 6'4", 233, 30 catches, 383 yards, 5 touchdowns his senior season. Was a UDFA in 2024. Had a cup of coffee with the Rams and the Jets, and the Vikings picked him up off of waivers. So, I mean, it's not so much... Hey, is Neal Johnson going to make the squad or the practice squad? But can he put up some good tape and maybe he'll get a bite somewhere else, or maybe the Vikings mid-season, if they need a body, they knew who to call, and they already have some experience with him in practice as well as in the final preseason game potentially. Next up, so Stefan Gilmore signed his 1-year $10 million deal, $7 million guaranteed here with the Vikings, and wanted to see the full details. And Ben Gessling reported a bulk of the terms of Gilmore's deal: $3.5 million signing bonus, $2.48 million base salary fully guaranteed, also $1.02 million in per game Rooster bonuses, which is fully guaranteed. Well, if it's per game, how come it's fully guaranteed? But that totals up to 7. Now, there are reportedly going to be $3 million in incentives, but TBD what those are. Playing time, Pro Bowl, statistical, win percentage. I mean, it's tied to a lot of things. Also, are they considered likely to be earned? Because then that would count against the 2024 cap, or not likely to be earned. And if they're hit, they would count towards the 2025 cap. So we'll see. And also the deal includes 2 void years. Cap number is 4.66666666 for 2024, as well as 2.33 million of dead money in 2025. So overall, like, you're signing Stefan Gilmore, $7 million guaranteed, and just north of $4.5 million against the cap in 2024, and the Vikings still have around $16 million in cap space. Baby. Also, baby, is that I love me some tackles. And we talked about Walter Rouse. He just looks the part, and tons of experience between Stanford and Oklahoma. And he formed a great tackle duo with Tyler Guyton, first-round pick by the Cowboys this year at Oklahoma. And I mean, Rouse, like, he's had a great training camp, and I could see him potentially being something interesting. I think that at minimum, he'll be the future swing tackle once Quisenberry retires. And Rouse, bottom end, I mean, could he be a new Rashad Hill? Sure. Top end, could he eventually replace Brian O'Neill as O'Neill's cap number goes up and he approaches the wrong side of 30? It's possible. But PFF College, highest graded rookie offensive tackles this preseason, Tyler Guyton, as well as Walter Rouse. That's right, 72.5, which is pretty damn good. So it's good to see. Also good to see Lynval Joseph back in the mix, man. Mike Garafolo. The Cowboys are finalizing a deal with defensive tackle Lynval Joseph, as Josina Anderson reported. Sources say he gets $2.5 million guaranteed and can earn up to $4 million in his reunion with DC Mike Zimmer. And they are really getting the band back together. Like Kendricks, the whole thing about the culture of fear-based culture, that's gone. But Lynval, this is actually a legit contract. $2.5 million guaranteed, incentives up to $4 million. That's nothing to sneeze at this stage of the game. So Lynval is going to be part of the Cowboys mix. And if Harrison had been let go, 100% Zimmer would have brought Harrison back into the fold down in Dallas. But I've always loved me some Lynval Joseph. And Lynval here was a tier 1 nose tackle plus a pass rushing nose tackle. I love it, man. He was the linchpin of the Zimmer 4-3 Hellfire defense, man. The man in the middle. I love me some Lynval, man. And I've always been like, hey, bring him back. Like, he can still two-gap. He can still stop the run. He can still do all those things. But, went to the Chargers, had a cup of coffee with the Eagles, and yeah. But I wish him luck in Dallas, just not too much. That's it. Also, it is slinging Sam Darnold. And we said, like, hey, Sam Darnold is not the Sam Darnold with the Jets. He's not the Sam Darnold with the Panthers. He's actually surrounded by talent here, as well as good coaching. And AVG, Andrew Van Ginkel, a guy who used to play Sam Darnold twice a year, had some thoughts about some things. Cody Benjamin, CBS Sports. Biggest difference in Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold since his Jets days? Asked veteran linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel, who used to play against him in Miami. Quote, he's a lot more comfortable. He's got a lot more playmakers now. He understands who he is, how he can manipulate defenses, end quote. AVG is being very diplomatic here. Like, it was a train wreck with the Jets. His number 1 receiver was Robbie Chosen-Anderson / Jamison Crowder. The offensive line was terrible. He had the leftovers of Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell has come out publicly and criticized Adam Gase's play calling, which doesn't need much criticizing because everyone knows how bad Adam Gase was. Like, Le'Veon Bell was saying that a play call would come in and Sam Darnold would just be like, like, how bad is it where, like, you're Sam Darnold, you're super young, you're in your second or third year, and the head coach, the offensive play caller, sends into play, and you're just like, ugh. I gotta love it, man. But, screw Russell Wilson. Like, I'm rolling with Darnold, and frankly, if this thing crashes and burns, whatever. We still got J.J. McCarthy, baby. That's right. Also, speaking of quarterbacks, so speaking of crashing and burning, so the Bears are getting hype. And I understand it. Like, Caleb Williams is super exciting. Rome Odunze is an absolute monster. And DJ Moore is super underrated. Glad he got paid. But the Bears are cooking up a little something. Like Ryan Poles, maybe he's doing things, stuffing some things, right? I don't trust Eberflus, the IKEA toilet, but nah. But there's way too much cart before the horse right now. And like was it Nick Wright? Fox Sports is saying Super Bowl for the Bears. Baloney. No. But under 8.5 wins. The Bears are the most bet on team to go under their season win total. And this is from ESPN Bet. Yes, because people like free money. Like, hey, I don't care what you say. The Bears are still going to be the Bears. That defense is still pretty damn rough. But are you saying right now, like, you feel confident take a significant portion of your net worth and put it on the Bears over 8.5 wins? You're going to bet on Matt Eberflus, the genius, Caleb Williams, the hero ball extraordinaire, and a questionable, dubious offensive line, and an even more questionable and dubious front seven? Like, you're just going to bet on that? And Jalen Johnson can't play every position on defense, man. Okay. Again, free money, baby. I like it. Speaking of free money, so I have placed a couple of jelly beans on the Vikings at various stages. Over 5.5 was stealing when it initially came out. Over 6.5 is pretty damn good too. But per persuasion, in the Athletic NFL projection model, they have the Vikings pegged at 6.8 wins, which makes sense because the Vikings constantly get pegged by the national media. This model, quote, NFL projection model takes play-by-play data and blah, 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 blah. So 6.8 wins. Okay, just jot that down as more disrespect. It's okay. Hey, I understand that the Vikings have a tough schedule, but guess what? All those other teams, they got to play Flores' defense. They got to play Justin freaking Jefferson in this offense. Like, again, Sam Darnold, whatever. It could be me shot putting the ball out there left-handed, and JJ would still put up 1,500 yards. Tranquillo. Sorry. Everything's going to be all right, baby. But that's it. Thursday, Vikings news dump. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.